The Secret Life of a Lesbian Girl Who's in the Closet. We begin the story with the start of classes and all the students arriving on campus. Among the students are 4 new girls who are going to be roommates, and they are Kimberly as the prude, Bella as the virgin desperate for having an affair, Whitney as the rebellious daughter of a senator, and Leighton as the closet lesbian. Poor Leighton has everything going wrong for her from the beginning, first because she takes to rooming with her usual bad influence friends, but she's sent with 3 strangers. Terrible. And not only that, it turns out that her friends have specifically asked not to share a room with her because they feel that she is not a good friend and hides things from them. But she says no, that she doesn't have any secrets, then she tells them that she hates them and she's out of there. Well, at least Leighton isn't alone. Her roommates seem cool and she has Nico, her big brother. It's all good. The girls go to a party, but Leighton loses them to go flirt. A classic. Leighton checks out girls on a dating app, picks a cute redhead, and goes on a date. The next day, Leighton returns to her dorm room where she is greeted by her new friends, both of whom are eager to hear the gossip about the previous night's date, and Kimberly, who was really worried, because of course online dating is all about expectation and reality. But all is well with Leighton and her secret nightly adventures, except Kimberly wants me to let her know when she's going out so she doesn't worry, and Bella wants to hear about all the college adventures. But that's not going to happen because Leighton has her secrets, so she sends them the hell away and goes to her room. She's a mysterious lady. Later that day was Leighton going through the countryside checking the dating app. The redhead wants to see her again, but Leighton blocks her. Oh, poor redhead. And already then she goes to her first class, where she meets her wicked female examiner friends. But hey, there's still good news at the university. Leighton got the highest score on her entrance exam, so she's being promoted to advanced placement. And that night, Leighton hooks up with another girl, and they were having the best time until the girl realizes that Leighton is going to the College of Essex. So first Leighton freaks out about being discovered at the college, and then the girl advises Leighton not to hide who she is. So Leighton tells her, look, I came here to do the Fruitafantastic, not for a life injury, and leaves very upset. She is returning to her college when she runs into her brother, who makes her feel pathetic for being alone on a Friday night, so she steals alcohol from him and goes to mope around campus. While she was at it, she gets a call from Chloe, the girl in the car. She tells her it'll get better, but Leighton sends her to hell again and then goes ballistic. She bursts the bottle and starts screaming. Unfortunately, she's chased by campus security at the drop of a hat. Early the next morning, Leighton is in the dean's office to explain her behavior, and whoever says explain says give a check to the university for the trouble. But stop right there, rich girl. You're not going to get off that easy. She gets 100 hours of community service. On her first day at the Women's Community Center, where she meets Alicia, the manager of the center, in her first 5 minutes, she manages to annoy everyone. But Alicia takes her down a peg and schedules her for that night at a feminist poetry event. Leighton goes straight to the dean's office, ready to multiply that check tenfold to get out of community service. But that's not going to happen, honey. She has to do community service. So nothing that night. She has her first feminist poetry talk, and she's having a blast. But she's having a blast there, like how funny poor people are. Not like support or anything, but Alicia stops her there because of course she can't spend the night laughing at people and drinking. Leighton doesn't care and keeps laughing until Alicia tells her, okay, laugh, but those hours don't count towards community service. She's not going to add an hour to it until she takes it seriously. Then the girls, doomed to understand each other, start to get along, at least for the duration of the community service. We'll see. The next day, while in the dorm, Leighton and Whitney receive an invitation to a prestigious Kappa fraternity. Leighton was very excited, and Whitney doesn't care. She's all tough, this girl. And then while Whitney is already doing all cool and making friends with 20 girls named Ashley, poor Leighton is going nervous, making a fool of herself in her attempt to impress the frat girls. And on top of that, the only friend she makes in Kappa is this girl who wants her to hook up with a guy named Corey who has been trying to hit on her since her first day. On the other hand, she's still doing her community service with as much pep as if it were Sunday in summer. But there she is, sort of, because she runs away when they go to LGBT topics. She says she's got a date and gets the hell out of there. The date is with this guy Corey, who was set up by her new Kappa friend, and even if Leighton doesn't want to date him, she hooks up with Corey because he's her ticket to Kappa. The next morning on her way back from Corey's room, she runs into Alicia on campus in the same clothes from yesterday. Alicia looks at her with a "I know all your secret" blonde face and goes on her way.
Oh.
Later that day, Leighton was working at the community center helping out with some clothing donations, complaining about the poor style of the clothes and getting out of more events. And ducking out of more events at the center this time because she has to go to a frat party with his brother and Corey. But in an expected turn of events, Alicia challenges her to invite her and the people downtown to the frat party.
What? What the fuck?
Well, no problem. Leighton can forge a couple of invitations. It's okay. Leighton tries to convince her brother to give her a few extra invitations, but he tells her that's not going to happen. That the community center hates fraternities. They even had a fraternity shut down, so whatever he does, he won't let them go to his party. But late as hell, Leighton is going to try to convince them not to go, but of course they are going to go. It's going to get ugly. Poor Nico is super nervous and ready to attend them well so that they don't complain about his fraternity. Alicia arrives in a fighting mood, and someone around here took a coat with a camera. Anyway, they are spending the night with Nico, explaining why their fraternity is super safe and super respectful, and with Leighton hiding from Corey. She even goes out to watch a video with her roommates, whatever it takes to avoid Corey. On the other hand, Alicia was having a good time at the party, first with Nico, and then having a drink with Leighton, and everything was going great until a guy insults Alicia and she leaves the place. Leighton chases her to calm her down and kisses her. That night, after a few tragically off-camera scenes, Leighton was going to leave as usual, but Alicia convinces her to hang out and watch something together.
Aww.
Oh, how cute. They even give each other looks around the campus, but from afar, and they continue hanging out in Alicia's room. And Leighton is also still helping out at the community center. She has more or less integrated herself into the group in a very rough way, but she is helping out. And everything was going really well, but one night they were talking about their roommates' partners when the subject of, "And what are we?" And that ends surprisingly well with the girls officially being girlfriends, but in secret because Leighton says that no one has to know about her private life. Surprisingly, trouble comes when Leighton gets a suspicious call from a suspicious friend. Alicia gets a little jealous. Imagine her newly declared girlfriend has suspicious girlfriends, but Leighton tells her calmly it's my brother's girlfriend.
Oh, thank God.
On the other hand, Leighton has finished her 100 hours of community service.
Woohoo!
Back to the problems, Leighton's brother's birthday is coming up and they are preparing a super party to celebrate. Alicia wants to go to with her girlfriend, but Leighton is there like, it's that you're going to be bored, that it's better in another life with more peace and quiet, and well, this isn't about the party. Alicia wants to know if her relationship fits in Leighton's life and not just in the four walls of her room. Unfortunately, she doesn't get an answer to that because Leighton says, "Uff, look what time it is, time to be anywhere but here," and she leaves. And now it's time for the party and everybody is there except Alicia because she wasn't invited. Oh, poor thing. But then they do stay with her that night because one of Leighton's friends needs help with a teacher who is harassing her, and well, the community center for women can help, and Alicia is in charge of that. Leighton spends a few days busy with other things, but finally decides to go and see Alicia and invites her out the next day and brings her an apology cake. There they go on their first date away from home, which ends up being a hotel very, very far away, well, little steps. They were having a good time at the hotel, but then Alicia posted a picture of Leighton's purse and, well, she stomped like crazy. Because she's worried that someone will zoom in on the photo, they'll realize it's her bag, and they'll realize they're dating. So she asks Alicia to delete the picture. Then a depressed Alicia deletes the picture. Later that night, Leighton wanted to go out to dinner, but Alicia tells her that she can't do it anymore. She tells her she can't do it anymore. She can't be a secret and go back in the closet. And that's it, it's all over. Leighton tries to go back to her old habits, go back to her app, but almost gets a shock when she sees that Alicia has created a profile on the dating app. That night after a party, Leighton goes to see Alicia, but she won't even let her in. She tells her she misses her, but they have to move on and closes the door. Leighton was depressed, and one day while crying, her friend Kimberly went to comfort her, and she tells her that she is gay, and with Kimberly encouraging her to be who she is, ends the first season of this series. If you liked the video of the second season, leave it in the comments. See you in the next video. Bye.